What? I don't care. And we're back. Sorry about this. I had to do some things. I had to charge my GoPro to do things. Sorry. Such a depressed piece of shit, right? So I'm talking to this girl, right? And she needs attention. And, you know, it's okay. But I'm like, dude, I don't really know you. And usually I don't mind, right? When my social battery is full, I don't mind, right? But in most cases, I don't know. I'll be completely honest. I don't know. I don't know. I have no clue, guys. I have no fucking clue. It's empty right now, you know. So, and I tell her that, and I feel bad, and she blocks me. But, you know, she's hurt. She didn't do anything wrong. It's just me that's a piece of shit, right? So then, I keep on the match that I have, and then I realized that every single match that I had from the beginning, which we registered it for this app for I want to say 2 weeks ago, maybe 3, I don't know. And I realized that every single match that I had fucked it up or I wasn't interested, right? And then you have to be honest in life, right? Maybe the problem is me. Maybe that I had 18 matches and none of them work. Maybe I'm the problem, right? I don't know. You know? And I don't know what to do. That's another way of rejection, right? We tried. See, for my most of my life I didn't try, right? And then this not trying was a way to self-destruct, but a way to self-protect also. It was a way of saying, hey, you know, I didn't succeed in doing this, I didn't succeed in doing that. However, we're still succeeding in doing X, Y, Z, right? And because we had the success of doing X, Y, Z, then in the end, we're still kind of good. We're still okay, you know? And that's the most important part. That's the most important part. And the most important part isn't the fact that, okay, well, you know, we tried and you failed. The most important part is that you tried, right? And that failure is normal. And you realize that failure is normal, right? Because it's like this kid, right? And this kid, you can tell that he has a problem by being told no. And then people say, well, he clearly wasn't told no enough in his life, right? And that's why he's acting the way he is, right? Which is true. Makes a lot of sense. I'm that kid. I'm that kid who never try. So when I fail, I'm not used to failing. But the feeling of not used to failing, I'm not used to winning, right? I'm just used to being a spectator. I'm never on the field, you know? And yeah. I don't know. So, even right now, we're kind of okay because we ate so much sugar. I think the music, and we're working, so that's good, right? But at the same time, I don't know. It's such a weird feeling to say, hey, and that's the scariest part. The scariest part isn't how we're feeling right now. The scariest part isn't how we felt yesterday. The scariest part is how I'm gonna feel tomorrow. There's creeping depression. It's days that are good, it's days that are bad, right? And yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to react to that. I don't know how to react to that. I don't know how I'm seeing the whole thing. Right? Am I... See, when I started this video, it was really bad. Now it's okay. Right? So now that it's okay, I have a bit more clarity of mind, right? And now, the reality is we just take a huge break. That was 20 minutes, so it helps. But, is it placebo effect? Do I believe that I'm... do I believe that I'm depressed every single day because I feel like I'm depressed every single day, and every single day I'm acting like I'm depressed, right? Versus, okay, well, today I don't feel good, so I'm acting this way, right? See, and I was talking about how... See, when I was talking about loneliness this week, I used the fact that my friend went to a hockey game or just to wish the effect. I would love to go there, but I didn't go. That's bullshit. Of course, that hurts, but it's a single event, which doesn't really matter, right? It was how, you know, you're putting yourself out there so much, right? And when you put yourself out there, it's hard because sometimes, you know, you're getting judged for who you are. You're getting judged for what are you doing, right? The number of comments that I'm getting, they're saying, yo, you weird. You know? And I'm like, I've been weird for 4 years, you know? I've been weird for my whole life, but still. But again, it's a feeling, or... Yeah, it's a feeling. It's a feeling of, you know, you're putting yourself out there, and in the same vibes as trying. If you don't put yourself out there, then you don't get hurt, or you don't deal with people. But if you put yourself out there and you're dealing with people and you fail, now, and if you want to go way deeper, you see how much better we're doing? Just took a break. That's the most beautiful thing. I got these 3 working, I got this uploading, you know. And again, it feels bad because I'm complaining with my belly full. There's people that have reason to be depressed. They lost their parents, they lost their countries in a war that they don't know what's gonna happen, you know. This is bad. They have a reason to be depressed. Now, do I have a reason to be depressed? Of course. Otherwise, I wouldn't be talking to you guys about being depressed. But at the same time, is my situation that bad? I don't know. But with coming back to putting yourself out there, there's a FOMO, which is fear of missing out. And that's what happens when you don't try, right? But when you... And that's a video that I did, and I swear to God, I did this video 2 years ago. And then you have this fear of failing. This fear of failure. I'll actually tell you when I did this video. For example, I'm getting a comment from someone saying nice vid Inc. That is so nice to hear. But then this guy used to come to every single stream, disappear, now he's back. I'm like, dude, I don't know how it is. I can't ask people to always be there. Right? Fear. So it's gonna be here. The beauty of fear, Genesis to fear, fearful, fear, FOMO, fear of aging. What ails you? Yeah. I did this video the 11th October 2023. A 7-minute video. Right? And so I was working. You can tell I was working because I didn't need to talk that much. Right? It's so weird because, again, this comment should be so nice, but then you feel like, dude, where were you, right? But then it doesn't owe you shit. And this feeling of where were you isn't natural. People don't owe you shit. You actually don't owe anybody shit, right? At the same time, you kind of would like people to be there, right? Sitting beside me, you were only in my way. You was wrong if you think that I'll be just like you. You thought you were there to guide me. You were only in my way. You're wrong if you think that I'll be just like you. You thought you were there to guide me. You were only in my way. You're wrong if you think that I'll be just like you. All alone. We're doing a lot better now, which is, I don't understand. Yeah. It's weird. It's weird, but it's genuine. So even though you're going through shit, you're being honest about it. You're being like, okay, well, I'm not feeling well. Here's X, Y, Z, Y. You understand? You know, there's this fear of missing out, which is the fear of not putting yourself out there. But there's this fear of failure that is by putting yourself out there. So then you choose the easiest of the two, which is fear of missing out, because you're missing out on something that you don't know exists, right? Oh, I missed a part that I wasn't invited to. Big deal, right? So yeah, so it's really weird. It's really, really weird. But then I just feel like I'm not enough, and this depression, it keeps on. It looks like I keep on blaming people for it, but I'm blaming myself. This feeling of not necessarily being enough is awful. This feeling of not necessarily being the one and only person that can take care of yourself, because technically speaking, I was talking about my mom, how she's helping my father, how he's helping me, right? And in the perfect world, I don't need these people. Not because I don't like them, it's because I shouldn't need them, right? But yeah. Even my mom, it broke my heart. She was so nice, she was so calm. I just couldn't deal with it. I couldn't deal with talking to someone. And then it's not normal. She was so nice. It wasn't like she was giving me shit. She was so nice. You know? It's exhausting. Not her. Talking to people is exhausting. Right? Like, for example, right now we got a DM a couple minutes ago from a girl that I know she'll talk to me. She'll talk about herself. And I don't have the patience for it. I don't have the energy for it. I don't have the social battery for it, right? But then is that her fault? No. And she doesn't. She's lonely. She has it's a complicated situation. She has this husband or this fiance, right? And they had this open relationship, right? It's weird. They had this open relationship, and it's his ID, right? So he's okay with just fucking people, and she's not okay with just fucking people. She needs emotion, right? So she tells him that she's in an open relationship, and I'm like, oh fuck, this is perfect, right? But it's not perfect, because at the end, you're hurting yourself, but you're also hurting her. I feel numb. I'm trying to be alive. I'm feel like I'm frozen inside, living in a world so cold. No way, yeah. Level is also since you've been away, living in a world so cold. No way, make that day, yeah. See, I shouldn't be. Then you're like, well, you should have told me that you were looking for emotion, right? But then it's another situation of not a communication, but it's another situation of feeling, right? So she didn't tell you that's what she needed, but then you didn't tell her that you weren't interested in that, right? And to get in her pants, you showed emotion. You showed that you cared. So then, when she only wants to care, she doesn't want the other thing. You can't say, well, you know what? The care was a bonus if we fucked. You can't do that, right? I don't know. I feel like what really hurt was, again, there's two girls, and I mentioned them before. I'm not gonna mention them again because, again, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but there's two specific girls, and It's all about relationship. It's all about relationship because right now, I don't have a way of escaping, right? I have social media, but I'm the first to complain when I'm seeing somebody constantly post some negative shit. And I'm like, dude, fuck that. This is too much, you know? This is social media. It's not. We don't. Not that we don't need to hear your stuff, but it's not the place for it. Kinda. I don't know. I have no clue. Right? And it sucks because in the perfect world, those two are different. I don't want to do that. So I need somebody. You're going to be looking for a relationship when you're depressed? That's not okay. That's not okay. And even if I was to find a relationship, would it fix the depression? No. You know? I don't know. How often can I say that? I don't know in a sentence. I don't know. I'll say it another time. I don't know. Yeah. It's tough. It's really tough. It's really tough. Because you're doing your best. You're doing your best out there, right? And it's also the depression that is different. You know, that's the whole thing that I mentioned before, but let's repeat it, right? This is a functioning depression. So when I was 22, I did depression, right? When I was 22, and I had a depression, it was coming from inside, right? Now, I'm going to be giving you too much information, and this is going to be legally binding, right? Which is really stupid, fuck it. When I had my first depression, it came from myself. I was dealing with shit, nobody showed up, well, fuck him, right? The second depression, oh. Look at this. You see this? See the mess, but you also see this. Ooh. We had a thunderstorm. We missed it. Golly. Fuck. That was a nice one. I could have checked it out. Right? So, long story short, the first time came from me, right? And I didn't know how to deal with it, right? I think that's the most of the thing. I didn't know how to deal with it. Then we get the second one, which, because I'm trying to capture thunder, and I don't know where they're going to come from. This could have been perfect to capture. Yips. You know? But it's lots I saw thunder. The second one was a depression due to bullying at work. The problem with bullying at work was I was okay at home. I wasn't good at work, but I was okay at home. You know? So I had an escape from the depression. Now this depression is I'm the guilty party. I feel like I'm not enough. But all of those feelings, all of those negative feelings are coming from myself. This is my perception. So me not being enough, you have two ways of seeing it. Okay, so just work harder, right? That's one. Okay, oh, well, you didn't get a relationship. Well, try harder to find, right? Well, you didn't get a job. Okay, well, give out more CVs. So you realize that you're in a position where you're the culprit. You're the failing party. Right, the first depression again. My best friend committed unalive himself, which made me sad. Which I was going through shit, and I didn't know how to deal with it, so I took it out on her. And she didn't deserve that, so she said she did the right thing and left me. Can't be mad at her for leaving you, right? You can do a lot of things, but you can't be mad at her for that. No, that's a shame. I keep on thinking about that thunder. It's a beautiful thunder. I would have took perfectly. You just listen to this. It's quite calming, quite soothing. Now, I know the solution to do it, but I don't have the mental fortitude or the patience or the will to do it, you know? just feel like I'm not enough. So again, why such a weird depression is because you feel like you're not enough, so what you're trying to do or what you do is, okay, well, I wasn't enough, so I just try to work harder, right? And then your batteries is so little that you're able to work harder but barely. It's okay, well, I did this okay, I didn't do this okay, right? So I'm kind of working but not that hard. But then for me it's working hard. Like for example, right? And I told this so many times, these 3 playthrough, I don't have to click a single time. I'm filming nature. I don't have to talk. I'm uploading videos. I'm downloading and uploading. It's clicks. It's click. Filming the video is hard. Uploading is boring, but it's not hard. And that's it. So this is the depression. This is why we're depressed. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I could do another hour of this, but I'm gonna go around in a circle. Now, me going around this circle is dependent on the situation, right? When your depression is constantly the same states over and over and over and over again, that's how you feel. Let's end this here before I bore you guys, which I already possibly did. Dom Link, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the Commentary Show. You guys are doing well. You guys are having a wonderful day on this. Let's not drop games, please. Last of Us. On this 29th April 2025, which is the video of the evening. The video of today. We are talking, ladies and gentlemen, about Last of Us. And why Last of Us is possibly one of the best series out there. One of the best series out there. Now, I'll be completely honest, right? Last of Us, I wasn't a fan of it. So my story with Last of Us, first of all, why are we making this video? Well, because I saw a lot of people talking about Abby and how much they love Abby, right? Now, in reality, people hated Abby. Okay? So let's put it in a way. Oh, look at this rain. This is kind of nuts. This is kind of nuts. This is really nuts. Okay, we have to hurry at 13% battery. People hated Abby in the video games because she killed Joel. Spoiler! But she killed Joel, so people hated Abby. And Abby, I think the way she was portrayed, I think she was portrayed as very strong. The problem with Abby is she looks like a villain. She's very strong, she's very muscly. She's coming from a group of people that are not good. She's coming from the wolf. The wolf are not good, right? So, it's gonna be a long ass video. And I don't think I'm gonna have enough time, but I'm gonna try. So the whole problem is Abby. See, the group that she has is not good. The group that she has is military. They're fighting the wolf, they're constantly fighting. And then you got the group of Joel and the group of Ellie, right? Who is calm, is peaceful. They're doing some maintenance, they're killing the infected, but apart from that, they're living a very quiet life as a them, right? So they're living this almost perfect life. So right away, you're seeing the two senses. Abby comes in, she kills Joel, and during the story, you realize that she was a daughter of the doctor who was supposed to save Ellie, right? Now, what changed, why people like Abby is they like the actress that plays Abby. Very soft, very well played. She's gorgeous, she's really cute, and I think people really dislike Bella Ramsey as Ellie, so they latched onto her. And I'm seeing posts like, oh, she was the Ellie that we needed, she was the Ellie that we deserved, right? Which is really rude, by the way. So here's why people like Abby now. So here's my perception, the truth. I always liked Abby. So I played the game twice, once during the pandemic and once during the beginning of my streaming career. In the two times I liked Abby. Now, technically speaking, right, I never really cared about the story of Last of Us. Last of Us is good, but it's like a Borderland. The gameplay is phenomenal, and the story is good, but not great. You cannot tell me that the story of Last of Us is great. The gameplay is amazing, but the story of Last of Us isn't the best. So basically, in the first one, we'll do a really quick recap. You got this guy called Joel. Joel is the perfect anti-hero. He was a father, right, who lost his daughter to the one of the first day of infected, and then he did some really bad stuff to survive, but then he didn't care. So very Deacon St. John, right? he did some stuff that he didn't care about to survive. He did some bad stuff. He killed some people. He ambushed people. He had a really rough past. He's torturing people, right? Then he meets Ellie. Ellie, who is a infected that is immune. Right away, when they meet, there's this relationship, and then you realize, which is what they did. The narrative right now is amazing, and I'm gonna tell you why I think Last of Us is a masterpiece in itself. And these are things that I realized much later. The first time I played Last of Us was 10 years ago. So they do a perfect job in the prologue at showing you Sarah. Sarah was a bit cocky. She's very Ellie-ish. She's very Ellie, right? You can tell that these two are the same. So then, by being close by proxy of being with Ellie, Joel is reminded what it is to be a dad. He's reminded of how much fun it was, how much he cared about his daughter, how much he missed being a dad, and then he becomes softer and he takes care of her. And at the end, they're saying, "Hey, Ellie is infected, and because Ellie is, I'm not gonna have enough batteries, so I'm gonna do something I don't like doing, but I have to do. Fuck, I'm gonna have to restart."